Now, you may have heard of a dog being called man's best friend. Some will argue that for them, it's a cat or a parrot or some other animal. Others, well, they would stick to humans. But for the animal lovers, it goes deep to death. When they lose their animals, grief sets in, and in honor of their beloved pets, they will offer formal funerals or heartfelt farewell rituals, including holding memorial meetings. These may not be widely publicized, so you may not easily get the images or videos, but they happen. Tonight, on our inaugural weekly lifestyle segment, This is Life, Velma Barasa takes us into the world of pet lovers, how they handle the funerals of their departed pets, the bonds they have with these animals, and more.
Cremation of a parrot, eating cake during meetings following death, or matanga if you like, to honor a dead cat, dog ashes in an urn, pet funerals, pet memorial services, dead pets transported in hearses to funeral homes, pet cremation, pet ashes stored in expensive urns. These, to some, may sound like ridiculous luxuries, unnecessary activities, being extra. Some may argue, but this is increasingly happening among Kenyans. But the death of a pet for some is a time of loss and grief. To them, it's a big deal. Some refer to themselves as pet parents or pet dads or moms.
Losing a pet felt like I lost actually a family member, because for us pets and dogs, for that matter, are part of the family.
Be it a dog, a cat, a horse, a parrot or some other animal, some pet lovers are going all out to take care of their beloved animals in life and in death, from pampering them with massages, grooming, high-end healthcare, and much more, to giving them decent final send-offs when they die. Celebrating their deceased fur babies with a farewell ceremony gives them an opportunity to honor their pets as well as deal with the grief.
Losing Helsinki was really tough for us. Like, we've lost other pets before, but it was especially hard with Helsinki. It was so hard because she was perfectly healthy. Hakuna kitu mbaya yenye walikuwa wanaona yenye maybe, you know, the dog is sick, maybe we are expecting something. So it was difficult for us.
High five, Coco, high five. Losing a dog for us was devastating because dogs to us are part of the family. When we decided to get Coco and Bobo, it was a family venture. We looked at the dogs that we want. We chose to settle for a German Shepherd. We even identified the family where we'll get them. Coco was the firstborn, Bobo was at the back, and we all loved them from the moment we were sent for photos.
Now, different pet parents grieve in different ways. Some are choosing to cremate their pet or pets and spread the ashes somewhere special, in the ocean, on a hill, and so on. Others keep the pet hair or ashes on a shelf in the house as a memento.
Some people do plant a tree in honor of their pet. Wengine wana keep fur ama nail clippings. I find that to be really weird. Okay, we have another. This is Miss Ginger. Ginger, say hi.
Then there are pet funerals. People are traveling up country, just as they would if a relative died, to bury their dearly departed pets and hold a funeral service with family and close friends.
When we lost Helsinki, before we used to just leave it up to the vets. You know, if you don't know what to do, normally you just go to the vets and you tell them to just handle that for you. But with Helsinki, we wanted to make it a little bit special. So Tulim transport back home, and we had just a small funeral service with family members.
You can actually dispose your dog at Kabete Vet something. So you pay a figure, they come pick the dog, they will go preserve it for some time, then they will take it for the burial. And that's how we did it. We didn't go physically for the burial, we did the procedure at home.
Now, what one does with their pet's body depends on their personal preferences, as well as the laid out regulations. Some will lay their pets' remains to rest at cemeteries with epitaphs and messages to boot. A growing number of Kenyans are taking their dead pets to funeral homes and then they're buried in a cemetery. Lee Funeral Home in Nairobi is among those offering alternative send-offs for pets. The charges range from 30,000 shillings to 65,000 shillings depending on the size of the pet.
So when a pet passes away, we get called and we send a vehicle, a pet ambulance. So once the pet is been collected, the cremation will either happen immediately or the next day in a pet incinerator. The process takes between an hour to an hour and a half. Then once the incinerator is cooled down, we take the ashes out and they get processed, yeah? And then we put them in an urn, in a pet urn. So either a small, large, medium size, depending on pet.
About 2 years ago, Lee identified a gap and set up a unit that comes complete with a hearse, different from those used for human beings.
Huwa kuna special ambulance, which is this one in front of me. We just get it to the owner's house, and always, most cases, they prefer us to take the pet with the bed which normally sleeps on.
Pet owners may also opt for aquamation, a more environmentally friendly way of disposing of human or pet remains using alkaline water, a similar burial practice to what the anti-apartheid hero, the late Desmond Tutu, went through. In the US, aquamation of a dead pet can cost from $550, which is nearly 80,000 shillings at an exchange rate of 145 shillings to the dollar, depending on the size. There are different circumstances under which pets lose their lives.
Death, I'd say death of animals is different. Not really different, but there is sudden death and there is now the unexpected one when a dog maybe gets to old age or is diagnosed with a disease that can't be cured, or now when they get cancers that are non-reversible. When an owner has had their pet for maybe 10, 11, 12 years, sometimes even up to 16 years, and the dog now starts having issues like, let's say they are not able to function as they previously used, they are not able to eat, so the owner has to now consider putting the dog down, humanely of course, through euthanasia. And sometimes now that is the death that it's something that is unexplainable.
When you speak to the pet lovers, you get the sense that the death of the animals can be a very difficult conversation to have. And their own admission, and that of others involved in the pet's lives, health and death, is that it's important to mourn a pet properly, including going for counseling. All said and done, for those who have these special bonds with their animals, the funerals are more than just saying goodbye. They're about celebrating the bond they shared with their departed companions and finding comfort in the memories. Some people may not think as much. They may wonder, why the fuss? But this is one of those situations where the diversity of preferences, bonds, and more plays out. And this is life. Velma Baraza, NTV.